So I'm starving. I don't know about all of you, so I promise to make this short. I just wanted to quickly actually thank the TEDx curators. Can we all just get a round of applause? They've done an incredible job. Catherine and Mark, thank you so much. And everyone backstage. Yeah, I know you're all looking at what I'm about to talk about. So it seems to me like I've been hearing the F word quite a bit recently. Obama's been spewing it. Bill Gates has been talking about how valuable and great it is. I've even seen entire websites dedicated to uncovering how humans deal with the F word. And actually, I found myself in a rather common F word situation recently one morning. Nina comes running into my room saying, "I want to learn to ride a bike." And not only did she want to learn to ride a bike, but she had found a helmet from somewhere, bought a bike from someone, and wanted to learn to ride to the end of the street at that exact moment. Now, I stood there and I thought, oh no, I'm just not sure you're ready. And I just wasn't sure whether or not Nina would make it to the end of the street. But then she smiles that big, beautiful smile at me, and I think, all right, go ahead, and off she goes. Slowly pedaling, slightly unsure, extremely excited. Now, let's pause for a moment and collectively decide, if Nina were to fall and not make it to the end of the street, would it be a good thing or a bad thing? Now, I'm going to ask you to participate here. Can I get a raise of hands for those who think it would be a good thing in Nina's learning if she fell and didn't make it? And those who said bad? Okay, great. So we had about a 80-20 split between good and bad. Now, let's fast forward a couple hours to Nina in school. Now, Nina's sitting in math class, and she's learning double-digit multiplication, and she's about to take an exam. Now, let's pause again for a moment and collectively decide, if Nina were to get a 30% on her math exam, would it be a good thing, a step forward in her education, or a bad thing, a step backward in her education? Hands for good? Hands for bad? Okay, great. So that time we had about a 20-80 split between good and bad. So what it seems like we've collectively decided here is that for Nina, failing in life, a good thing, riding her bike, but failing in education, a bad thing. In fact, it seems like in education, the road to success and the road to failure are in complete opposition. But wait, we've just collectively agreed that for Nina, failure was almost literally on her road to success. Now, how can the road to success be different in life than it is in education? I don't think it is. In fact, I'll go as far as to say that failure in education will be the determining factor for success in the future of our children's lives. Failure will be the determining factor for success. Now, how can I say such a thing? Well, as Catherine said, I did spend some time traveling through the world and trying to find trends and models in education. And what I found was that ubiquitously, those children who were challenged into risky situations and unknown territory are the same children who came out poised, innovative, and confident young adults ready to change the world. And those students who never failed feared failure their whole lives. Now, I see some really doubtful faces out there. So let's hear from some other people about their opinions on failure. One man named Soichiro Honda, who happens to run a small car company called Honda, said that success is 99% failure. Another man named Mr. Edison said that he failed 10,000 times before he was able to create the light bulb. And last night we heard from a really incredible man named Buck, who said that mistakes are where all the learning truly happens. So great, what we've established here is that leaders learn from failure. Now, how can we take that and apply it to education? How can we take the situation in which Nina experimented and risked failure, was willing to risk failure in order to ride herself to the end of the street? And how can we create the same factors and put them into education? Well, let's look at what factors were in place when Nina was wanting to ride her bike. First of all, she had no external judgment of her progress. If I fail once, I can get up and try again. She had complete autonomy. Secondly, she had an inherent desire to master learning riding a bike. It's pure fun. And thirdly, she had a clear purpose for wanting to ride a bike. It gets me places faster. Now, what's fascinating is that a man named Dan Pink gives a really incredible TED Talk where he points to these three exact same factors: autonomy, mastery, and purpose to motivation in the workplace and in life. So how can we apply these same three factors to Nina learning double-digit multiplication? Well, first, let's get to know Nina a little bit better. Nina loves to dance and play and sing all day. She loves to make necklaces, and she loves to watch TV all day. Well, what if Nina's experimentation was in necklace making? What if we wanted to apply autonomy, mastery, and purpose to an experimentation in necklace making? What if we challenged Nina to come up with the exact number of beads it would take for her to make necklaces for the next 2 weeks? Now we're talking. Now Nina's inherently motivated, and she's encouraged to learn double-digit multiplication because she cares about necklace making. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, but what I am saying is that it works, and I have seen it work. In my endeavors while I traveled through the world, I met a man named Dennis Litke, and Dennis Litke runs the Big Picture Learning Schools. And at Big Picture, he would invite Nina into his office, and he would say, "What's your passion?" And Nina would probably say, "Necklace making." And most of us would roll our eyes, and we'd say, "Oh God, great." But Dennis would say, "Necklace making? Great. Let's teach you everything you need to know. Let's teach you math, let's teach you science, let's teach you geography, history around necklace making. And not only that, but let's actually put you in a jeweler's place. And this is where the failures will happen. This is where Nina will fall and learn to get back up again." In our country today, those students who come from low-income households, only 1 out of every 2 of those students will graduate. In our nation's entire population of public schools, 70% of those students will graduate. But in Dennis Litke's failure-centric schools, 95% of his students graduate. And almost 100% of them come from low-income households. Now, these rates are entirely unheard of today, but what they are is imperative to creating the kind of long-term change we want to see in the world. Just like Nina, getting up on our bike and riding to the end of the street seemed like a daunting task at first. But knowing we had the people to challenge and support us the whole way through gave us the courage to get up and try. And we must try, because what we're risking is much worse than failure itself. Thank you.